Hi everyone, my name is Vân Anh. Today I will answer for question by AJ. Story Day of the Dead.
Kites. There was color in the sky because kids were flying kites. Who were flying kites?
Kids were flying kites in the sky.
Kids were flying kites. Was the sky colorful?
Yes, the sky was colorful because kids were flying kites.
Or was the sky gray? The sky was colorful. What was colorful?
What were colorful? Sky sky were colorful by kids were flying kites.
The sky, right? The sky was colorful. Why was the sky colorful?
Because kids were flying kites in the sky.
Because kids were flying kites. What were the kids flying?
The kids were flying kites.
Kites, that's right. The kids were flying kites. Where were they flying kites?
In the sky. Kids were flying in the sky in the cemetery.
In the cemetery. The kids were flying kites in the cemetery. Who was flying kites in the cemetery?
Kids were flying kites in the cemetery.
Kids, right? Children. Kids were flying kites in the cemetery. Some families were having a picnic next to the graves.
Yes.
We, in the United States, don't do this. So some families were having a picnic next to the graves. They ate, they drank, and they chatted together. Did they eat? Yes, they ate. Who?
Yes. They ate.
Who ate?
Family. The family ate.
Families, right? Of course, families ate. What did they eat?
They eat watermelon food.
They ate Guatemalan food, right? Food from Guatemala. Right? The families ate Guatemalan food. Did they eat American food?
No. They didn't. They eat watermelon food.
No, they didn't eat American food. They ate Guatemalan food. Where did they eat?
They eat in the cemetery.
Guatemalan food. In the cemetery, right? They ate food in the cemetery. They ate Guatemalan food in the cemetery. They also drank in the cemetery. Did they drink water in the cemetery?
No, they don't. They did drink water. They drank beer.
No. What did they drink in the cemetery?
They drank beer in the cemetery.
They drank beer. Who drank beer?
Families. The families drank beer in the cemetery.
The families drank beer. What did they eat?
They eat watermelon food. Food from watermelon.
Guatemalan food. They ate Guatemalan food and drank beer. Did they drink beer or did they drink water?
They drank beer. They did drink water.
They drank beer. Where did they drink beer?
They drank beer in the cemetery.
They drank beer in the cemetery. When did they drink beer?
They drank beer on November 1st, on Day of the Dead.
On November 1st, the Day of the Dead, they drank beer. When did they eat?
They ate November 1st, on the Day of the Dead.
They ate on November 1st, the Day of the Dead. Did they chat together?
Yes, they chat together in the cemetery, and they drank beer and eat watermelon food.
Yes, they chatted together. Who chatted together?
Families. Family chat together in the cemetery.
The families, of course, the families chatted together. When did they chat together?
November 1st. They chat together on November 1st, on the Day of the Dead.
Yes, November 1st, the Day of the Dead. People laughed and smiled. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. Are cemeteries happy in the United States?
In United States, somber in cemetery, not happy.
No, never. Cemeteries aren't happy in the United States. Cemeteries are always somber, sad, and serious. Are cemeteries serious in the United States? Yes, they are. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. They are always serious. In the United States, are cemeteries somber or are cemeteries happy?
In United States, are somber in the cemetery. In Guatemala, are happy and interesting in cemetery.
Somber, right? Cemeteries are always somber in the United States. Was the cemetery somber in Guatemala?
No. In Guatemala, the cemetery are interesting and happy because the family eat, drank, and chatted together in the cemetery.
No, it wasn't somber in Guatemala. The cemetery wasn't somber in Guatemala. But in the United States, cemeteries are always somber. Are cemeteries always somber in Guatemala or in the United States?
In the United States, were somber, really.
In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. Where are cemeteries always somber?
In the United States, of course, in the United States were somber in the cemetery.
United States, that's right. In the United States, cemeteries are always somber. Are they happy?
No, happy.
No. They are always somber. Cemeteries in the United States are always somber. Very, very somber. We certainly never have festivals or parties next to graves. Do we have parties next to graves?
No, I don't have a party on the next to grave in United States.
No, we don't. We don't have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties next to graves?
No. I don't have a party next to grave.
No, we never have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties in restaurants?
Yes, we have a party in restaurant.
Yes, we have parties in restaurants. But we never have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties in houses?
Yes, we have a party in houses.
Yes, we do. We have parties in houses. But we never have parties next to graves. Do we ever have parties next to graves?
Yes, we don't have a party next to graves.
No, never. We never have parties next to graves. Where do we never have parties?
The graves in the cemetery. We we never have a party.
Next to graves. We never have parties next to graves. Do we ever? No, never. We never have parties next to graves. Not ever. Never. We don't laugh, or play music, or fly kites in cemeteries either. Do we laugh in cemeteries usually?
No, we don't laugh in the cemetery.
No, we don't. We don't laugh in cemeteries. Where don't we laugh?
In the cemetery, we don't laugh.
In cemeteries. That's right. Okay. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I find that I preferred the American approach? Or did I find that I preferred the Guatemalan approach?
I found I prefer Guatemalan approach.
The Guatemalan approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I find that I preferred the American approach?
No, I did find American approach.
No, I didn't. I didn't find that I preferred the American approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Which approach did I prefer?
Guatemala. I found I prefer Guatemala approach.
I preferred the Guatemalan approach. Did I prefer the American approach?
No, I did prefer America approach.
No. Who preferred the Guatemalan approach?
Me, AG. I prefer a Guatemala approach.
Me, AJ. I preferred the Guatemalan approach. I found that I preferred the Guatemalan approach. I liked the way they remembered and celebrated those who had passed away. Did they celebrate those who were
They separate their day past.
alive? No, they didn't celebrate those who were alive. They celebrated those who had passed away. Did they celebrate those who had passed away?
Yes. They separate Joe passed away on Guatemala.
Or those who had become rich. They celebrated those who had passed away. Who celebrated those who had passed away?
Families. Families in Guatemala.
Guatemalans, right? Guatemalans celebrated those who had passed away. When did they celebrate those who had passed away?
November 1st, Day of the Dead. They celebrate those who has passed away.
On the Day of the Dead, November 1st. On the Day of the Dead, November 1st, they celebrated those who had passed away. who celebrated?
Families on Guatemala.
The Guatemalan families celebrated. Who did they celebrate?
They celebrated Joe Goose passed away.
They celebrated those who had passed away. I liked that they acknowledged death instead of denying it the way Americans do. Who liked that they acknowledged death?
Me, AG. I like acknowledge Guatemala.
Yeah,
That.
me, AJ, right? Me, AJ. I liked that they acknowledged death. Did they acknowledge money, or did they acknowledge death?
They acknowledge that.
They acknowledged death. What did they acknowledge?
They acknowledge that.
Death. They acknowledged death. Who acknowledged death?
Guatemala acknowledge that.
Guatemalans acknowledged death. Did they acknowledge death, or did they acknowledge money?
They acknowledge that.
They acknowledged death instead of denying it. Who denies death?
Guatemala.
Americans.
Guatemala acknowledge that, but America don't acknowledge that.
Americans deny death. Do Guatemalans deny death?
No, Guatemala don't deny that.
No, not Guatemalans. Guatemalans don't deny death. Americans deny death. Do I like that Americans deny death?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. I don't like it. I don't like that Americans deny death. But I like that there is life, as well as death, in Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked that. Did I like their cemeteries? Yes, I liked
Yes,
their
I like
cemeteries.
in the cemetery.
What did I like?
I like in the cemetery.
Their cemeteries, Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked Guatemalan cemeteries. Did I like Guatemalan cemeteries?
Yes,
Or did I like Guatemalan restaurants?
I like Guatemala in the cemetery.
I liked Guatemalan cemeteries. Whose cemeteries did I like?
Families. I like
Guatemalans, right? Guatemalan cemeteries. I liked the Guatemalans cemeteries. Guatemalans cemeteries. Whose cemeteries did I like? The Guatemalans cemeteries. I liked the Guatemalans cemeteries. Guatemalans call it the Day of the Dead, but it is also a day to appreciate life.
Thank you. There are my answer for question. Bye bye. See you next time.